If you watched our 2025 Toro lineup video, then you know the Titan Max underwent a few changes this year, but how does it stack up next to a standard Titan? Well, we've got both units here today. Let's see how they compare. So to give a little backstory of how we got to this point, in 2024, Toro changed the styling of the frame on their standard Titan series. And for the most part, it got pretty solid reviews, so they rolled it out in 2025 on the Titan Max as well. So at face value, you're gonna see a lot of similarities, and just know that in 2024, the standard Titan got the changes first, and then in this year, they rolled them out into the Titan Max series. So if we start on the standard Titan, this one here we have with a MyRide suspensions. This is a 60-inch cut, fabricated deck with the MyRide suspension. You can see they have an I-beam frame on the front here. They have treaded tires as well. That was a new change that they've done and they kept in 2025. They have their standard pin system here for changing your cutting deck height. So you have 1/4 inch increments. That's an upgrade you get when you go from the Time Cutter to the Titan. So Time Cutter series is 1/2 inches. The upgrade when you go to the Titan is 1/4 inches. Working our way around the side here, you'll notice it's got a rubber grass chute. So this is the first model they're putting a rubber grass chute on. Really great feature I think that they should be doing on all levels. You can tell you've got the aggressive kind of Reaper style rear tires as well. So again, the Titan is kind of that first one. It's a mid-level residential, but they're putting a lot of commercial hints into it because this is one that a lot of people start using when you have 3 or 4 acres, maybe even more. So that's why you're gonna see a lot of different commercial type features on the Titan series. So coming around to the back side here, you can see they give you good closure all the way around to kind of box in that engine while still making it accessible. You know, you have plenty of room all around the engine. They do offer a Kawasaki engine as well. It's a 24 horse Kawasaki engine, and they actually both run at the same price regardless of engine. So you do have your choice between Kohler and Kawasaki. When you do have the MyRide system, if you kind of look down here, there's no easy way to really get underneath the machine. You can see that the seat is locked in place, so you can't actually get underneath the seat. All that's really under there is the gas tank, but you do have some components that might be nice to get to, and with the seat fixed in place, it does make it a little bit difficult to do so. So the Titan has ZT 2800 transmissions, are pretty modest for a mower of its size, so no, that's gonna be the transmissions you have. You do have a gas tank that's side mounted here, so it's a little bit different that they're doing now. You actually have, rather than sitting on top, you're actually filling gas from the side there, so kind of a nice feature, but it's gonna be a 3-gallon tank. And then for the MyRide, you do have your control right here. So this is actually how you can control your suspension system. So all it is just moving this forward and back. The further forward you are, the stiffer that the suspension's gonna feel. The further back you are, the looser it's gonna feel. So you do get to kind of control how much suspension you really feel and customize it exactly how you want it. So they also now offer you adjustable steering arms. That's kind of nice. You have the customizable ability to move them to the exact positioning that you like. As for the control panel here, everything's pretty standard. This is the first model they're putting on a hour meter as well. So Time Cutter series, no hour meter. Titan series, they give you that hour meter. Looking over to the Titan Max, you're gonna see a lot of similarities, and that's because they kind of just copied that exact frame and rolled it out into the 2025 model. So you're gonna notice the same I-beam suspension, the same 10-gauge fabricated steel deck, with the bull-nosed, they call it like their iron-forged cutting system. So you have that bull-nose front. You're gonna see the same kind of styling around the side, the same seat. This just has armrests on it. So that is something that's a bit of an upgrade. So you can see a lot of similarities there, but where do the differences come in? What are you getting if you choose a Titan Max, which is the step up? Let's get into that. So number one, you'll see you do have a light kit standard. Now in older models, they had a system that was kind of connected to the ROPS kit, so it would go over the back of the seat there. Well, a lot of people realize that they pulled down the ROPS kit when you're driving under low trees or just anything that maybe it could hit at all. So they then moved it to the front of the machine. I think it's a little bit more practical down there rather than on the back of the seat. So I do like it a little bit more in that placement, but that's the first difference there. The next difference is you're actually getting a little bit larger of a gas tank. So 3 gallons on the Titan, 5 gallons on the Titan Max. So you will have a little bit longer capability of mowing with that larger gas tank. Something we didn't mention over on the Titan side, but is another upgrade on the Titan Max is the warranty. So you have a 3-year warranty on the Titan, pretty standard for all their residential models. The Titan Max will give you an extra year and either have a 4-year residential or 500-hour commercial. So they bump you a year of the warranty on the Titan Max, which is really nice, especially for homeowners. I think it's always helpful as a homeowner to have as long of a warranty as possible. So nice that you get an extra year on the Titan Max. The Titan Max also offers a little bit more coverage overall around the back casing here. So you can see they even upgrade a little bit more and it sits even a little bit higher to protect that engine a bit more. This is one of my qualms I do have with this series. They only offer it with a 26 horse Kohler engine. So Kohler makes a really solid engine. A lot of brands use them, but I wish they'd give you a little bit more variety. I like that you have the option of a Kawasaki and the standard Titan. I wish they'd give you that same option here. So if you do want the Titan Max, you're getting that Kohler engine. Again, you have the air canister off the back, so this is actually a pretty solid engine option. So 26 horse, kind of nice that the air filter's off the back, a little bit more commercial of a feature there. But I do wish they'd give you a little bit more variety with the engine. The Titan Max also gives you the upgrade of ZT 3100 transmissions, so more ground speed for you. The other thing they changed that, again, I liked in last year's model was you had an external reservoir for servicing those transmissions. This year, they don't have any sort of external reservoir. Something that Matt had talked about last year's Titan Max model is he wished that he liked they had the one, he wished they had a second as well. Give it on either side there. They only gave you one. Well, they didn't listen to that. They took away the one that they did have. So there's no external reservoir, and I just think when you have a mower that's borderline commercial, I mean, you guys see this has a lot more commercial features and hints to it than residential. I wish they'd give you at least one external reservoir just to be able to service those transmissions a little easier. The other thing I wish the Titan Max would give you is either a little bit of an upgraded seat or some sort of frame suspension. Again, with this being borderline commercial, you have a completely fixed frame. What a fixed frame means is you see the steel here is all connected. So there's no sort of suspension points that make it to add some comfort to the frame. It's a fixed frame. So when you pair that with the lack of any sort of upgraded seat, I do think it just feels like a very similar ride to what you get in the Titan. So the ride doesn't necessarily get more comfortable as you go to the Titan Max. I just wish they'd have some small form of suspension outside of the springs underneath the seat to kind of give you a little bit more comfort when you step up to this level. You do have greater accessibility on the Titan Max. You can see this panel flips up to access the top of the deck, so that's really nice that you have that capability. The seat flips up as well, so that's nice you have a little bit more accessibility there as well. So we chose these two specific models today because when you step up to the MyRide system on the Titan series, you actually match the price point of the Titan Max. So these two mowers side by side are the exact same price. They come in at $7,099. So just a touch over $7,000 is what these cost. So where's the value? I mean, what's the better choice? If you're paying the same price, what decision should you make? And I think what you have to consider is, are the upgrades on the Titan Max worth it for you versus the comfort and the suspension on the Titan series? Again, frame's gonna be very similar. You're gonna get an upgrade in gas tank, warranty, light kit, and transmissions. Those are the biggest differences there. So to step up that much in those features, is it worth it to kind of sacrifice the overall comfort there? That's the question you have to answer. So the Titan Max doesn't come with any form of suspension. What we see some people commonly choosing to do is putting an upgraded AirRide seat on it. Toro does offer an AirRide seat, but again, that's about $800. So you're looking at a mower that's just under $8 grand with an AirRide seat. So then you ask yourself, do I like the AirRide seat better than the MyRide? Me personally, I think an AirRide seat can make all the difference. I kind of lean towards the Titan Max if it's got that AirRide seat. I think that price difference is worth it because you do get some good suspension. I like the added warranty. I like the light kit, and I like that you're getting ZT 3100 transmission. So model to model, what's sitting here right next to me, I don't know, I think it's kind of a toss-up. I do really like the suspension aspect, and again, you can't get any sort of suspension on the Max, but let us know in the comments, what do you think? Now that you kind of see both of them spec for spec, what is the better value? What would make that decision for you if you're choosing between the Titan Max and the Titan? As always, we appreciate your guys' support. Like the video, subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you later.